out this custom grill from American Modified. Integrated LED lights, OEM quality, sleek look, some integrated daytime running lights, and some custom turn signals. A couple hours and a handful of tools, and you can liven up the front end of your F-150.
If you've never done a project like this before you go tearing your whole truck apart, I recommend you watch the video the whole way through so you know what to expect. It may save you a little bit of frustration down the road. Also, stay to the end of the video where I'll show you how all the lights interact with turning the truck on and off, daytime running lights, turn signals and hazards, and things like that.
Before you get started, make sure you have at least 6 feet of available workspace, preferably with a blanket or a towel so you don't scratch the new parts. For tools, you're going to need a ratchet with 7, 8, 10 millimeter sockets and an extension, some needle nose pliers or a body panel removal tool, some cutters, a flathead screwdriver, a T20 drill bit, some basic automotive crimp connectors, an add a fuse, some zip ties, crimping and stripping tools, a multimeter, and a heat gun. The grill comes with the lights pre-installed, and the kit also comes with a couple of different cables and connectors to attach into the vehicle's wiring. Once you get the hood open, identify the push-in buttons that you're going to need to remove in order to get this protective cover off that goes between the grill and the radiator. If you don't have a body panel removal tool, some needle nose pliers and a flathead screwdriver work just fine. Pull all the snaps and get this whole cover out of the way.
Now, once you have this whole piece disconnected here, this is going to come off and go off to the side.
After that, you have 2 7 millimeter screws on either side in the wheel wells holding on that front plastic decorative trim piece. Once the screws are removed from both sides, the only thing holding on this trim piece is plastic tabs. You need to pull on it firm, but don't let it bend out all the way. Make sure you're pulling from right where the tabs are connected and don't give a lot of leverage or you're going to bend and crease the plastic. At first I was nervous to pull this off. You really have to just pull it straight out and it'll go.
Next thing you're going to do is you're going to get these buttons off that are holding on the grill trim. There's some up here in the corners and right here in the front.
After the push-in connectors are removed, use a 10 millimeter socket and remove the 4 bolts holding the grill into the frame.
There's 2 more bolts at the bottom of the grill to remove. The one on the left in this picture is for the grill, the one on the right is for the headlight. Next, you'll want to unplug the wiring connector for the louvers behind the grill and also pull off the clips for the wiring harness.
Once all the fasteners are out, the only thing holding the grill on is some plastic clips. It needs to be pulled straight away from the vehicle. With the grill laying down on the table, now you can remove the louvers. You've got an 8 millimeter bolt in the middle and 2 10 millimeter nuts on either end. The only thing holding the louvers on now is 3 tabs with metal clips at the bottom. So here I have the grill upside down on the table, and you can see I'm releasing the metal tabs with a little flathead screwdriver. Three 10 millimeter nuts are holding the badge onto the front of the grill. You're going to want to remove the badge and transfer it over to the new grill.
These are T20 star bits.
The last thing to do to take everything apart is separate the black grill insert from the decorative trim that goes around it. And that's held on with these clip-in tabs, which you can either loosen with your finger or with a flathead screwdriver. Start at one end and work your way across. First, you're going to take the frames out for the headlight bezels, and then you're going to be able to remove the grill. Now that you finally have everything separated, it's time to start putting it back together again with the new grill. Make sure to pay careful attention to the orientation so that you know which is the bottom of the grill and which is the top. The new grill insert is going to go right into the decorative frame and snap into the same clips that the old one came out of. Reinstall the headlight bezels, and don't forget about the hardware that was holding everything together. This grill comes with the amber and the white lights pre-installed. You're going to want to figure out which connectors are which, and then get your wiring harnesses set up and plugged into those. Be sure that the waterproof connectors are pushed in all of the way so that the gasket keeps the water and dirt out. So on both sides you're going to have a headlight connection, and on the passenger side is where your connection to the battery is going to be. You're going to use this for the daytime running lights. Once you have the wiring harnesses all plugged in, you're going to want to route them nice and neat. And you can use this hole through the headlight bezel to get in under the hood in a good spot. Next thing you're going to do is remove the headlights. You've got one pushing connector and 2 bolts on the top, and 1 bolt and 1 nut on the bottom. The bolts and nuts are 10 millimeters. Behind the headlight is the connection that we're going to unplug and put in the wishbone connector in between. This allows us to tap in for the turn signals on the grill. Remove the headlights by pulling straight out, and keep the hardware for these separate from the rest. Reinstall the louvers to the back of the grill. And then position the whole assembly in front of the truck so you can get the wiring plugged in before reinstalling the grill. That wishbone connector connects behind both headlights, one for the left and right turn signals. Then you're going to route the wiring between the headlight and the radiator. There's a nice little scoop here in the plastic that allows you to get into the engine compartment. When reinstalling the headlight, you need to line up this metal stud with the plastic clip that's in the fender well. When you line that up, push the headlight straight back until you hear it click. Resecure the headlights using the hardware you previously removed. Carefully lift the grill assembly into position and get it close. Before pushing it all the way in, now's a good time to pull the slack in the wires further into the engine compartment so you can tidy it up later. For the amber and white daytime running lights included in the grill, you're going to need a switched power source. So in the fuse box, this 10 amp fuse is going to be the one that you can tap into. This is where you'll use the add a fuse kit.
So there's our added fuse. Nice and neat and tight. Runs underneath the battery tray. Here's the ground. Heat shrink connector. And like everything else, it's all nice and wire tied up so we don't have anything loose. So now that I've tested it and I make sure that everything's working, now I can start putting the grill and all of the connectors and plastic push buttons and everything else back. It is working. I did test it, but I'm going to save the reveal for the very end.